Wrong side of 30. We're back again.
What's going on?
With our guest, Mr. DVG.
Yes,
What's happening, people?
Yeah,
Thanks for having me again, man.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
You know what I mean?
Wicked.
We got some good feedback last time.
It's all good.
It was all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But any news this week? What's everyone been up to?
Work, that kind of thing. Day-to-day grind, you know.
Look at me, my phone's ringing. Always. You know, every time, in every video, yeah, alright?
Your phone rings.
My phone, you could hear the vibe. Can you take it off a vibrate?
I suppose.
Yeah, you just got to go into the settings, I suppose, innit?
Forget that. It's in my bag. No one can call
Yeah,
me.
I've left mine
I
in
should
my
really
bag.
turn it off though, innit? You know what I
Well,
mean?
look, you know, professionalism, man.
Do you know what? How dependent do you think you are on your phone?
Very.
Yeah,
too
man.
fucking dependent.
Yeah. Massively.
Like, do you reckon you could read a map?
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I could.
What do you mean, like an A to Z map?
A to Z.
Yeah.
You reckon you could fold one and be like, all right, I'm here.
Yeah. I'm good with
Bullshit.
maps and directions and stuff. So
No, I think we.
I
were.
get lost in my
we-
own house, bro.
Nah, I think we were. I think we were good with maps, and then we just lost it.
yeah, because of obviously the whole Tom and
Yeah,
thing.
you
It's just
like we don't need to.
laziness, innit, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. Me, no, man. TomTom, bro. I still use a fucking TomTom. I know where I'm going, but I still use it. I don't know why.
Like, it's good to have it on because it can tell you where there's traffic and whatnot, so you can avoid
Divert
a
you.
different route. And
I
all
hear that,
So
but do you know what it is? It's all right. Back in the day, we wouldn't need that shit. Yeah. Look how dependent. See, we grew up in an era where we didn't have no internet. Yeah. All right. Up until about 96, 97. I remember my school. We had one computer in the computer room. Yeah, and we had to put our name down for 2 weeks to jump on the internet for like 15 minutes. Yeah. All right.
Really?
And now we've just got internet everywhere on your phones, on your web, and we're so dependent on it.
Dial
Yeah.
up, that horrible noise.
Yeah.
That was at the beginning of the Cannabis album. Remember Cannabis's
yeah,
album?
yeah.
That was in the beginning of that, yeah?
And people will be trying to ring you for like an hour.
Yeah. People used to...
the family, innit? Like,
Yeah.
trying to call you out, like you engaged.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
My
'Cause
son's on the internet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was AOL back then. AOL.
Yeah, that's right.
AOL
I
chat.
don't know that shit. AOL was the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you
I
had,
think
you
I
had
was on BT.
Yeah, MSN
chat
Messenger.
rooms.
Yeah.
Chat rooms were the one. You'd go and chat,
Yeah.
abuse a bunch of people. Your mum.
You know, I think the first big thing I saw on the internet was the Godzilla trailer in '98. No, Independence Day, I think, was the first thing I saw on the internet. And it took about 3 hours to load a 30-second clip.
Yeah.
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 That probably is about right, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd take forever to fucking download anything.
I remember being in college and wanting to download. I don't know what it was. I thought I just wanted to download something. I didn't even realize what I'd done. Yeah, I downloaded. I think it was LimeWire or Kazaa
Yeah,
on the
that's
college
right.
computer. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've downloaded music, bro. But you know, one song would take about 4 hours to download.
Yeah.
Remember them
Do you
ones?
remember the 24-hour internet cafes? What were they called? Easy.
Yeah, that's right.
EasyNet or something. It was
Yeah, they used to be 24. I remember them 24-hour internet.
Yeah.
cafes. They're a bit mad still.
Yeah, easy.
Oh, you just mean the internet cafe?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I
Yeah.
used to go to that all the time back in the day.
There's no- and you thought that was the future of everything. There ain't no internet cafes no more, man.
What do you need a computer for, man?
There is.
You don't really need a computer these days.
Yeah, it just depends on like certain things you can't do on your
But
phone.
yeah,
so you might need
that leads
Yeah,
into,
though, isn't it?
that leads into the topic then. So it's like us being, you know, the generational middle child. We saw life before internet.
That's right.
We were in there during the creation of it, and now we're here full postal internet domination.
See, a lot of people don't realise it does actually go right back to sort of like 70s, late 60s, and the earliest computer was what? During the Second World War, wasn't it? Designed to crack the Enigma machine. But commercially, it was like 70s. So even the generation before, like me, right, were experiencing like the first steps of it. But the way that we've come up on it, like in your house.
Now, internet's nothing now. It's,
No,
it's
it's
just,
not- it
it's
ain't.
like-
Yeah,
it's-
it's-
it's
you
like-
say it's the
it's
most
expected.
It's the most significant.
It's expected.
It's like the most significant contribution to society. Like the most
Significant
changing.
change. Yeah,
It's just changed
absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely.
Would you say it's changed it for the better or the worse?
both.
Both.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Why? In what would argue each point for the better?
For me, like for example, like for my journey, like what I've been on recently, like been on a bit of a spiritual one.
Yeah.
I've met and made so many new friends, and I've met them in real life as well from different countries. I've made music with people from abroad, and it's just that it makes the world a lot more of a smaller place. But at the same time, the bad side of it is like it's kind of got us by the balls, and we're just a bit addicted to it all, kind of thing. Whereas we got to try and use it and not let it use us.
All right, you talk to a lot of people, like you just said, you talk to a lot of people online and whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think in a, obviously you're here now talking with us, but you think in certain situations it makes you more socially awkward or more reserved?
No, because it's like what Grim said, because I've been in that era of when it weren't. I know how to socialise with people still, like in a thing. Whereas maybe like the younger lot don't.
Yeah.
Would you say it's affected you in?
Go ahead, bro.
Would you say it's affected you in any way? Like,
Yeah,
got rid of something.
Got rid of.
Yeah, like it's made you lose something, like a skill or something.
Yeah, bro, I would say it as in a way, because you know
I-
sometimes when I go to write something, bro, I feel like, rah, this feels weird. Like actually writing, after a while starts to hurt my hand because we don't do it anymore.
But do you know what it is? It's funny because where I run the studio, we're used to writing in pen and pad, writing your verses down in pen and pad. Everyone writes it on their phones now.
Yeah, like even because like, I haven't been writing for that long, as you know.
Yeah.
I've only been like writing music for like 4 or 5 years, and I've like maybe writ 20 or maybe recorded 25 tracks, and I say out of all them tracks, maybe 4 of them I just writ actually on paper. All the rest I done on my phone.
I couldn't imagine doing it. I couldn't imagine spitting off of a phone.
Yeah, but that's
There's something about. Like,
It's just an art of writing.
There's a connection with how when you write and seeing it.
Because
like,
you know how you're supposed to flow.
It's yours. You know, there's nothing else in the
yeah.
world that's like that. When you're writing it on a phone, it's not. It's just.
Yeah, I hear that, bro.
Because what do they say in it? Like the thing that you make or put in front of you is directly from your mind onto whatever the surface or the object is that you're projecting onto. But when you sort of type on a phone, on a computer,
It's less personal, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the projection is then what?
I don't know, man.
He disagrees, go on.
Nah, bruv, because at the end of the day, like I hear what you're saying, because like the writing, kind of the way you've written it, like might bring out the emotion.
Like you can't be buried. You
whatever.
can't be buried.
But
with
at the same
fucking
time-
fun. Like,
It's like what you're saying is what matters, rather than.
but I think there's an element to the connection of seeing.
No, I see
on-
both
on
sides. I
paper.
see both sides.
You see
yeah.
Smurf, when Smurf used to write, he used to write 2 lines, change the pad, write another 2 lines, turn the pad over, write another 2 lines, So he'd write in a different way. I saw him spitting in the booth where he'd hold the pad, and as he's spitting, he's turning the page. All right, and I noticed that he flowed with it that way. If you notice, his flow was up and down and round, and every time he turned the page, he knew how he was flowing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
See, again, look, Cons, look, that just goes to show about the era. Look, you lot been writing and rapping for much longer than I have.
Yeah.
And again, it just goes to show what we're talking about, the difference.
There you
like,
go.
do you get what I'm saying? Because
There you go.
when I started writing, I had an iPhone where I could just go to Notepad, but you lot didn't.
It's true.
So that's
Can you imagine doing that on a Nokia?
Yeah.
Oh man!
Trying to write on a Nokia and shit. But what was we saying?
What it's done for good or bad?
Yeah. Was it good and bad? Yeah. Bad things.
Attention.
What's bad?
Attention. 100%.
Yep.
Everyone's got a fucking attention deficit. Like,
Yeah.
I can sit with 4 people watching a film and someone will whip out a phone and
It's
Yeah,
true.
playing with it.
definitely.
Like the other day, I went to the gym. Went in there. There's about 6 machines, and all the machines were full up. And on every machine, there was a dude just sitting there, just playing with his fucking phone.
That's fucking.
And the thing is, they weren't doing nothing. They're literally just sitting on it. Like, wow, like this is where
That's
we are.
mad. You could be in a room full of people and none of them could actually.
That's
be in the
I
room.
think attention, and there's like a loneliness epidemic. Like, even though I think it's made everyone connected, it's, I don't know.
See, where Mem said that he was in, he knew life before
Not
internet,
a loneliness epidemic. The attention and validation. That's what the internet's turned into. A tool for.
See, where Mem says that he was there, that because he networks. I'd say you network more than any of us network online. Yeah, right. But see people that have grown up and all they know is Instagram, whatever. Yeah? I think those people are more socially awkward. Yeah, I think. See, we're called millennials. So we're millennials. Yeah, Tash is prehistoric.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we worked it out. Generation X. Yeah. So
he's Generation X. We're millennials. Yeah. What's after millennials?
Fucking hell, they ain't even got a name yet. No, they're called the Generation Y or the Gloomers. Doomer Gloomers, I think they're called. The Doomer generation.
The Doomer.
The Doomers, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that generation don't know life without the internet.
I think Doomer is 2000. Like if you're born 2000 upwards.
Wait, Tash is bringing it up. What is it, Tash?
Z.
Generation Z.
Yeah.
All right. So Generation Z. Yeah. All right.
Baby boomers.
All right. So Generation Z. Generation Z have only known internet. They've not known what. You know what I mean? So to them, being socially awkward and being like, come on, they don't have to leave their house to do their food shopping. Don't have to leave your house to. I know, but you don't have to leave your house to do fuck all.
Yeah, you can get food delivered.
Yeah, without even talking to anyone.
Swipe left for some fucking crumpet.
I mean, look,
you can...
my oldest daughter turned around to me. She saw a phone with a. Do you remember the ring?
Yeah.
Put it round like
the old school phone. Yeah.
She saw one of them. She goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, "I know them." She goes, "Saw one of them in the museum." What? In a museum? She goes up with one of them, what's the name ones that, you press it like this and it types letters out? Typewriter. She's like, yeah. She goes, I saw one of them in the museum.
Yeah, to them that shit's the
what?
strangest shit.
I was like, nah.
To them that's the strangest shit. It's like Cam, he's 4, and when he goes on, what's it called? The iPad, presses Siri, Siri open Ninja Turtles game. It opens up the Ninja Turtles game, you know what I mean? He'll go on YouTube.
Yeah, but there's a benefit to that. I definitely think that kids nowadays are way smarter than we were.
Oh,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I'd say
Like
that.
3, 4, 5-year-olds are fucking smart, and I think that's down to
Information.
they have the access to
agree.
information. Where
Everything's a double-sided, man. It's just. Everything's a tool. It just depends on how you use it, innit? That's it, basically.
That's true.
But would you say all these things have been marketed and created with that in mind to ruin people? Because I don't
I don't know.
I think we've shaped it, to be honest. I think we shaped it, like the marketplace. Because at the end of the day, it's supply and demand, isn't it? Right? I mean, I see people getting up first thing in the morning, go and buy newspapers.
No one buys newspapers now.
Hey?
Who needs
People
to
still
buy
buy. Yeah,
Who?
still see it.
You jump up, go on Facebook, the newspaper's there.
Yeah, but that's the.
Yeah, but you know that people ain't looking initially for news. They're sitting there like, all right.
So who do you know?
Who's
do you
like-
know?
I
that
see
buys a
people.
newspaper?
I see people like in the morning.
It's
what
Half
age?
6 in the morning.
What age? What age
Right
group?
now, that's the important thing. It's normally my age onwards.
So the oldies.
Yeah, the older generation.
Like
And don't forget, you're older as well now.
No, I'm a
that-
millennial.
that-
He's a
You're
millennial.
prehistoric. I'm a
Yeah.
millennial. What are you looking at me like for? Do you know what? He's so bad he wants to say, you know what he wants to say to me? He wants to say to me, your mum. That's what he wants to say to me.
No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
He wants to say something worse. Go on.
No. Look, we're old. You're old.
Are we?
Yeah, we're old.
We're the wrong side of 30, but
Well, that's it.
But we're the right side of 40.
I'm on the right side of 40 as well.
The other side.
I'm not counting that shit.
What's the average lifespan for a male? What, 70,
43.
Yeah, like you're on the other side of the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you
No.
don't.
But, yeah, so the age group that buy newspapers.
Yeah, say like 40s onwards.
40s
Well,
onwards.
actually, I'll say a little bit younger, sort of mid-30s onwards.
All right. But anyone younger than that don't.
No, because they'll go online and do it.
Now, that's why magazines have stopped. Certain big magazines have stopped. Everything's online. It's online.
It is,
It's all going to go. Like, it's just, like...
But don't you think it's a good thing, though? There's
It's
I don't, because do you know where it is? It's made them lazier. Like we were saying, yeah. Like if we wanted a song right now, yeah, You'd have to wake like albums. When we like the Wu-Tang album came out. I got on the bus. I went to Ilford. Went to Outprice. I bought it. I got home, opened it up, put it in my CD player, listened to it. Now
it was an event.
I could go on Spotify. I could go on YouTube. There's no inlay cards no more.
Dude, and there's about 5 albums that drop a week.
Yeah.
Where back then you'd get an album, you'd buy it.
Yeah.
So the anticipation,
yeah, that's nice.
I think
the nostalgia's kind of gone out of it, innit? I know what you mean.
Like everything had a
Everything's
feel.
too easy now.
Everything now is instant gratification.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's all instant. I want it now.
It's like
Yeah.
and
That's
other things also like, especially things like porn addiction and stuff like that.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
all right.
what I'm saying.
Because it's so free online. Yeah, you get more. It's more.
Yeah.
What was that movie? Who was it? Was it Who's in that movie, man? Who's that guy that was in Looper, man? What's his name? Gordon Levitt Jr. Was it Gordon Levitt?
Don John.
Yeah. Where he's got a porn addiction and whatever. It's like that. How it's so much more like back in the day. It wasn't an addiction. It wasn't classified as an addiction like that. Yeah.
No.
You'd find the VHS in the house somewhere.
That's right.
You know the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Hidden the baitest of spots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the maddest thing is that it would have like a ripped finger with X written on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Yeah. Now it's like, Bram, just jump on your phone. And you've got whatever it is. It's not even just that. It's like anything that's bad. Like when we talk about terrorism or whatever, yeah? You want to find something, you want to know how to make a bomb or whatever it is, fucking YouTube it. Google it, you know what I mean? It's like the dark side, not the dark web, but the dark side of the normal web that we have, yeah? Things are so accessible that I think there should be more restrictions on things. But then how do you put restrictions on things?
Nah, man. Like you got to, the gates are open.
Man,
just let it flow. Just let it go.
At the end of the day, I think we got enough restrictions on us as it is, man.
Yeah.
Like the people need some kind of. Like, I don't know. See, like what you were saying about. Did they do it purposely, or was it like? Because apparently,
I think they've got an understanding of psychology.
Because
Like
the
they have.
absolutely.
was like originally like used by the army, wasn't it? The army, really, and then somehow it just got
Like they were saying, there's
bigger and
when you like the relation between likes on social media and the feedback loop. So they compared it to, so if you get on a slot machine and then you keep hitting, the number or whatever, it's literally the same dopamine.
But you see what Instagram's gonna do now. They're hiding the likes.
Yeah.
They're not taking it away. You can see what you got, how many likes you got, but other people can't see how many likes you got. Yeah. I think that's a good thing.
Right. So what's the reason for that? Just because of that?
Because people are just literally doing things for
I think,
likes.
for the comparison, like, damn, how come this person's got 60,000?
Like people are, it's like someone. I've seen it many times. Someone will put up a post. I'll see it, all right, and then I'll go on their page or whatever. And the post is off because it didn't get enough likes. If pictures don't get enough likes, people will take it off. Or do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, hold up. Instagram was the whole thing of sort of expressing your photography, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
that's how it started.
It's just more it's a visual
people have
medium.
taken it to a next.
Like this, what we're doing now, what's going to go onto YouTube. YouTube originally was for me and you, when we're out and about doing our thing, we record it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, well, this is what it's just turned into.
This is what it's turned into, but I like what Instagram are doing, yeah? All right, because it evens out the playing field.
Yeah.
It evens out the playing field.
So it'll just come up like after the first, like it'll come up on the first person, just come up as a like, yeah?
No, it won't come up as a like. There will be no like. There will be no thing. There will be like buttons.
You'll be able to see it.
Like you're about to see your own like.
Yeah.
You post.
Yeah,
But so if I go on your YouTube
page
page and you've got 15 likes on your picture, I won't be able to see your 15 likes. But you'll be able to see your 15 likes.
Okay.
And then you'll start seeing all the people that screenshot it and put it up. This picture got 75,000 likes. You know what I mean? It's all self-ego.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing I think it done. It gave everyone. I don't know. I think it bred a narcissism epidemic.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely one thing it done.
Yeah, I'd say
There's a
so.
lot of narcissistic people now.
Yeah, but
Tons.
And another nobody reads anymore. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's true. True.
Like,
Like even
nobody
me,
reads.
like, I'll just read off the online.
But
rather
even
than-
then, like if you think about it, how many things have you looked at this week that have you retained any of it? Like, nah, because it's not a focus.
Do you know what, Grim? That is one of a really good point you brought up, because with me, like I research a lot.
Yeah, and it just ends up
But then,
becoming tabs.
then like half of it, I think I forgot. I've researched so much, I've forgotten half of it.
But when you've got a book, like it's
But
a
I've got a
physical-
notepad which I write in, but that's very rare that I'll get it out.
It goes back to this: reading on a screen and reading off a piece of paper.
different.
because there's a physicality to opening a book, the new smell, looking at it, taking notes, where it's just having
always hated reading.
all these tabs open, and it's just like,
Bro,
read that.
I haven't
delete
read a
that.
book since Of Mice and Men in school.
Yeah.
It was either Of Mice
Lenny.
and Men or it was
Gatsby.
no
Ah.
Of Mice and Men. What's the other one? The one where there's two kids, a dad, and the dad is a lawyer.
Catcher
and
in the
it-
Rye.
No.
No.
And the dad had to.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's
Yeah,
it, To Kill a
Kill a
Mockingbird.
Mockingbird. Yeah.
It was either that or that. And the Shakespeare book that I read was Merchant of Venice.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It was that.
No, I read, but my mistake is I'll read like just I'll get 50 pages in, and then I'll just start a new book. That's my bad habit.
See, I don't know how
See,
you
that's
do
that's
that
that's
because I don't read.
that's an attention deficit because you're so used to. It's a discipline.
Yeah, man.
To,
Yeah.
Just to sit with a book is discipline.
Like Pem's, like my oldest, she so I spoke to her about it. I was like, I want to learn more. When the whole Brexit thing broke out, I started reading, like trying to read what's going on, who's saying what, da 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 da. And I get sort of halfway through an article, and then I'll be like, I'm fucking bored of this shit now. Yeah, but I want to learn.
Because your mind's. Like,
Yeah, bam, like-
you got Netflix you could throw on. You
Yeah.
check your fucking Facebook, look at
Yeah.
YouTube. It's a battle.
It's like, do you know what it is? Oh,
Sorry,
No.
look, all I was going to say is she turned around and said to me, Dad, she goes, when I'm reading stuff, she goes, I'll make sure I write them down. She goes, I write everything in the way that I understand it. She goes, once I do that, she goes, then I go over what I wrote down.
And then it comes
reread
to
it.
memory. Yeah.
And she goes, why don't you do that? What am I doing? I'm still like this on the fucking phone.
yeah. Do you know what I do a lot? Even like I'll be on like just say I'm watching something on YouTube, yeah, and someone will say a word. I think, what's that word?
Yeah.
So I'll go and check it up, and then I will just lead into something totally different.
Yeah, you end up down the
And
down the
then-
rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like
Do you know what another thing
on.
I think it's fucked up our sleeping patterns.
yeah,
I
probably
think
yeah.
a lot of people, it's the last thing they look at, like that.
And the
fucking
first thing they look at.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
UV
It's the
just
last thing they
blasting
look
your-
at and the first thing they look at.
But physically, it's not good for
See
us.
what
all
I
the
do?
radiation
No, yeah.
and all that.
That's
I'll tell you
another
what I
thing
do a
as well.
lot. When I'm watching a movie and I'll see an actor and I
I
know what this
understand.
person's from, I'll quickly Google the cast. Or like the other day I was watching Highwayman on Netflix. I don't really know much about Bonnie and Clyde, yeah? While the movie's on, I'm Googling Bonnie and Clyde.
researching.
Yeah, I
to do
do.
my
But then,
research on...
do you think we're becoming adapted to multitask? Because one thing, like you'll be doing that then-
While I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While I'm
That's
eating.
kind of multitasking. Yeah, that's,
You know what
it's
I'm
kind of
saying?
multitasking in a weird way.
It is. Shit, I never thought of it like that, you know? God damn, I can multitask.
Yeah.
I've always said I can never multitask.
Yeah, no,
but I obviously can.
fucking terrible way.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I do that, like, or if I've just watched a movie, I'll Google what is the meaning of that. I geek out basically, yeah, and I try and find out everything I can.
See, that is what I think. That is what I've noticed about internet. You can geek out to the max, and
Oh, yeah.
personally, I like doing stuff
Yeah.
like that as well. I'm a geek, like especially if it's something I'm interested in. I will just.
I think
look and
everyone's a
look
geek to a
and-
certain extent.
Yeah,
though, man.
in their own field,
yeah,
innit, basically,
If you're
yeah.
into something enough, you're a geek. Quick one. I had this couple story. I'm gonna take it away and then I'll bring it back. Yeah. Back in the day, geeks and nerds weren't cool.
No.
All right. Geeks and nerds are cool these days.
Yeah.
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 Like to be a geek or a nerd isn't an uncool thing, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's
then
like,
that's what's weird because you'd think that it'd be expected because we're in the era of mass information, but you've still got a world full of plonkers. Like, no, we're in the information era where no one's really like we're the great thinkers. You ain't got modern day great thinkers.
They are, but they get
we
shut
got
down.
Joey
bruv.
Essex, man.
Nah, I'm on about like where's your fucking modern day fucking Plato, Socrates, Nietzsche's like where are
Bruv,
these
trust
people?
me.
No, I think there is some-
No, there
people-
are,
There are,
but those,
man.
no, there are, all right, but those people ain't pushed to the forefront as
Yeah,
much
of
as a
course,
chick
yeah.
that's got her tits out on Instagram.
Yeah,
But
that's more important.
but that's the problem. But that's
Yeah.
but that's the problem.
Ash said
is.
that's the negativity on social media. I got cussed the other day because you see Ash when he speaks, we can't hear him because he's over there. But the funny thing is, his microphone actually picks him up, so he could cut it in on the edit if he wanted to. If he wanted to.
I'll just shout like this from now on. Hopefully it picks me up.
My friend goes to me, your cameraman, he had some good points. Couldn't hear what the fuck he was saying. You know what I mean? But again, going back to the
just wanna hear him.
reoccurring theme, that's why Ashley's behind the camera and we're in front of the camera. I'm joking. Ash, I'm joking, bro. But it's just, that's why you got the chicks there or the guys that are fucking doing whatever pranks that they're fucking doing, getting all these likes and whatever, and the guy that's just fucking figured out that there's a new fucking wormhole in the time of continuum and whatever, we'll put that up and not get any likes for his picture.
Right, let me put it this way. You're 15 years old, right?
No, I'm not. I'm 38.
Right? You're 15 years old, right? And you got two people standing on a stage, right? One's a bird, big tits, dancing about. One's a geezer talking about new quantum science.
Yeah.
Which one are you paying attention to?
The girl with the big tits. But
this is it.
But back in those days, Socrates, for the Plato, whatever days, there wouldn't have been a girl with big tits
No, it'd be covered
juggling
up.
around. Exactly.
It'd be covered up.
There you go. It's the distraction.
Yeah.
No, them lot were getting laid already.
Yeah, but they
No,
were
Play-
but
play on
women
that
weren't
lot we're
walking
getting-
around. That women walk around now and putting pictures up
there's-
and whatever.
Women.
You never know, bruv. How do we actually
They didn't
know?
have cameras those days.
Yeah, but how do no, we don't know none of that, bruv. That's
No, I
all.
know there weren't cameras in them.
But you
days,
remember they
bro.
were dying from
but-
STDs and everything back then.
Yeah, but
like
what
20
Yeah, they were putting it back still.
yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, time is not linear. It doesn't work just like everything evolves as it goes on. Time is a cycle. So this time era that we've lived in now might have happened so many times, but we're just back at this point.
Like the ancient civilization.
Like seasons. There's a winter every year. So that's how the cycle of the universe works. It's not like everything is modern and then, or like everything is like starts from really basic and then gets modern and more modern and more modern and more modern. It's like they say that time's more of a cycle. So what I'm saying is like at the moment, there's I don't know if you guys are aware of the whole like mud flood research and Tataria. Well, basically they're saying that the reason why all these like world wars happened was because they were like basically destroying ancient technology because we used to get everything free. We didn't have to pay for like electricity and all this. But what the elites have done is they've got rid of that system to make their own system so they can charge us to make things. So like what I'm saying is the narrative of people back in the day were like cavemen and stupid, that's not necessarily true.
But I'm not saying they were cavemen and stupid, but what I'm saying is, where society was much different back then, you wouldn't have women parading their bodies like women are parading their bodies now. And also, I want to go back to this because you're saying that it's a cycle, and this has probably happened before and it's come back to this, Do you mean technologically as well?
Possibly.
Civilization wise.
Civilization.
Maybe I don't think technologically.
One thing I think we are where
But you
we are
think
now.
that
One sec, sorry, go on.
Go on. Sorry.
But we think that we're all advanced and shit now, like in terms of the age we're actually living. We've been in the Iron Age for like 6,000 years, bruv. That's like the lowest of consciousness of all of humanity. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Just because we got technology
I get
and all
what you're
that,
saying. I'm not saying to
we're
you.
not ascended mentally.
So you're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying that mentally we're backward or we're less smarter.
Yeah, okay,
right?
all right,
Obviously, someone back then could have had the mindset of creating what we've got now, but obviously it has progressed in a certain stage where this was created, then that was created, and this was created. We're probably living in the dumbest time. Because computers will probably do more of it for us. The formulas and whatever it is, alright? So I'm not saying mentally or intellectually we're...
I hear what you're saying,
right? I'm saying that...
Culturally,
but back then, where you would have someone like Plato, alright, and he'd talk about his philosophies and whatever, and he'll be revered for it, you didn't have, like, now it's like... in our times, it was Pamela Anderson. She was, everyone loved Pamela Anderson, yeah? And who was a smart guy? Stephen Hawking. No one gave a shit about Stephen Hawking on TV. If he was on TV and Pamela Anderson was on TV, it would be because... But back then, if you put a woman on stage in her robe, or you put Plato on stage talking his floor, they'd be listening to her. Because it's a different...
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
Culturally, it was a
yeah. So that's what you're saying. Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Not bad, man. Not bad. I mean, to an agreement.
I mean, like, doesn't Hancock turn around and say that it's very possible that ancient civilizations were technologically advanced, but not like us, in a different way?
I believe so. I believe the ancient Egyptians, especially, I always bring it back to them, I believe that they were mad intelligent and they were mad.
100%.
Ash just put his hand up. Go on.
One thing.
Go on.
The periodic table has been there for years.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing is
Ash
new.
said that
That's
the
what I
periodic
mean.
table has been there for because in case he forgets to dub himself in, the periodic table has been there for ages. It's nothing new.
Well, I mean, did you hear? Do you know, like longitude, latitude, and longitude? Yeah. That was something that was discovered in Western civilization a lot later on, right? But they found the very earliest ones that we had, right? And it was known that the person who first wrote that map turned around and said that he got his information from the old world. Yeah. Oh, that was it. It was a Turkish guy.
Reis.
But I believe all that.
Perry Reis.
It was a Turkish guy. And he basically said he got it from the old world. Like latitude and longitude basically indicates the world's round.
I believe all that.
You
Listen,
know?
I believe that we get like I said, the ancient Egyptian times, even the way they built the pyramids and
Yeah, it was aligned. It was aligned with
with the belt of Orion.
constellation.
It's like I think
they were tapped into something.
Mathematics was created back then.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Like everything that like I said, I don't think we're at our most intelligent point. I think we were more intelligent back then.
But
Because we had less resources, but we did more. Like with that, like.
Do you think maybe we was a bit more open-minded back then, in a different way?
Maybe, but we were trying to discover things. I think we're more aided by technology. We're more technological now in the sense of we rely on the technology to get us to where we need to get to.
I think we've lost our essence as humans.
Yes.
Whereas back then the technology wasn't so advanced, so we had to use this.
Yes. Yeah.
But then, do you reckon that we're in the dilemma we're in now because we're living in the most safest age we've ever lived? Like, there's no existential threat to us. Not really.
What do you mean?
There's
existential?
Well, we haven't lived through a great war. We haven't had, a economic crippling.
Bro, we're probably
recession.
living through the greatest war that there ever will be at the moment.
But I'm on about the safest era.
Nah.
Like, we're living in...
Depends where you are in the world, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, ask someone in Iraq or somewhere like that if they feel safe.
No, I'm on a worldwide level.
Nah,
I don't know.
I think you see, you got World War One, you got World War Two, you got all this stuff. Yeah, I think what we're going through now, although it's not as
This is World War 3, but it's not like
because
we're in it. We
biological warfare.
It's more take a jab. This war has been going on for years, and it's an East versus West. It's a Muslim Christian thing. It's bro, this war's been going on for years, bro.
Well,
and we are in a war.
But there's always them conflicts you were talking about have been going on anyway. It's just that now where we're in the era where everything's connected, you hear about everything. When the synagogue thing happened, you heard about it like this.
Bro, I think we're in our most volatile moment. You don't know what's going to happen and when, and it's not armies doing it. Civilians do it. Look at the Christchurch thing.
Fuck.
That's war, bro. That's an act of war.
Yeah.
In a way.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then something else will happen.
But do you think we're caught in a war of ideology instead of existential? Like World War 1 and 2 were, they trickled into existential crisis.
This is what I was about to say.
I know what you're saying. What you're saying is
we're in
before it was
the ideology of like, Muslim Christian. That's becoming a tit for tat thing. You've got
before
the
it
left,
might have
the
been
right.
about control and land and I see what you're saying.
Don't you think it all stemmed from the Second World War though? I mean, end of the day, that was a fight over ideology.
Nah, that was over preventing invasion of land.
Yeah, but it was through an ideology that agenda was pushed through.
Yeah.
If you think about all the modern day conflicts, you can kind of stem them right back.
Yeah, of course. So
to the
everything's
Second World War.
connected, man.
Yeah, you know, in a way, this war of ideology that we're going through now is just a byproduct of that era. You know, they're just carrying on. The thing that's going on in Palestine, you know, that happened straight after the war, after the Second World War. There's so many different fights, like say Syria and all that. Again, it's all stemming back from that era.
Yeah, of course. That's why they had the First World War in that area, because it connects to like things that we're going to do in the future and what.
What I believe is everything that we've gone through, First World War, Battle of Hastings, whatever it is, all these wars that have been, all right, is in preparation for the biggest war we're going to have.
They said that it goes in cycles.
And we're going to have the biggest war that we've ever had. And this war isn't going to be that. How long did World War II last for? 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? This war...
6 years, 39 to 45.
This war, all right, is happening right now, but we're not labelling it as a war, all right? And it's so random and whatever that
when you
at
look
one
back
point,
and piece it together,
when you
you're
piece
like,
it together, this has been going on for 20, 25 years. But in the end of it, all it takes is for one psycho say, fuck it, nuke, and it's all over. But that nuke isn't the beginning and the start of the war. It's the end of the war.
It's the peak of
what's happened. This war's probably been going on for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years.
Well, yeah, well...
And all it was is World War I and World War II was a battle in that war.
The spooky thing is...
Do you get what I'm saying?
They always said...
But that's the way I see it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. People might look at me and go, rare. Like, this guy's a bit of a dickhead for saying that, yeah? But that's the way that I see it.
The spooky part of it is that World War III has always seemed some form of like prophecy. It's always seemed prophetic, like where it would happen, who it would be between. That's always been a.
It's the number 3 in it of like Holy
like
Trinity.
It's always been a
topic
of. Like even Nostradamus, whether you believe in that or not, even he said like the last Great War would be set in the Middle East. Like that's always been a common.
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube. He's called I think he's called John Phelps. And he talks about like apparently the reason why like all the Western like countries want to go to the Middle East and it's because they're trying to rebuild ancient Babylon. And the first
I think we're living through the collapse of Western civilization. I think the empire of West. I think we're living through the collapse of it.
Yeah, basically, and Dubai is like the first part they've built of it so far.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna keep getting. They're gonna make it like a super. Area basically. That's what the geezer's saying.
Who's this guy?
Is it John Phelps?
John Phelps.
Yeah. I'll send you the podcast. It's really good. He talks about how the Vatican created Islam and whatnot. It's proper interesting stuff, man.
That's some mad shit. I like that.
That is some mad shit. I mean, like, have you heard about the structure they want to build in the middle of the desert? Apparently, it's going to be sort of like a mile deep. It's going to be like an entire city, a mile deep in the desert.
Underground?
Underground.
Yeah,
that don't surprise me though.
Yeah, there's a lot of underground.
They've got all that already.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely,
man.
they're just announcing this one. Like they've definitely got under.
Yeah, I think that's fucked anyway. Why would you want to live underground?
To get away from all the shit that's happening above surface.
Well, don't they say?
I'd rather deal with it.
Don't they say that there's layers?
Yeah, they do say that there are subterranean realms and
there's layers and whatever.
Like there's a bunker.
That's what they say. There's a layer beneath us of dinosaurs in existence.
World War III was to kick off. Like there's a place they.
Giza pyramids have got underground.
They still ain't been discovered.
Things. So with like a lot of the like Mayan stuff, because there's a book I got called Maya Cosmogenesis, and they were talking about how like the shamans always revered the underworld, like used to pray to, because they say that's like where like all the bad spirits come from.
But I think that's another reason what's happened. There's a lack of order. It's like we're in this kind of nihilistic era where nobody gives a fuck about anything.
Anything like what you mean? Anything?
No, even if people say they subscribe to something, the attitude is that of fuck it.
Yeah, but isn't it the fact that people do believe in stuff almost fanatically that is kind of fueling some of the problems we've got on this planet right now? Like Islam, like the fanatical Islam, fanatical Christian side, fanatical anything like your far right.
Yeah, but in the scheme of things, that's still a minor little pocket of, it's still a small pocket of
It is, but that's, you know. So basically, by extinguishing that,
Yeah,
the left, the far left, the far right.
I think spirituality. That's another. I think that's kind of gone.
Yeah, it has got. Like for me, that's something that I've kind of got into
Yeah,
recently.
like
Shall I tell you
seems
something
like
that I've noticed?
Forbidden.
But
I've noticed that around me, more people are more aware of eating meat. They're more aware of eating right. They're more aware of, like, I've got cousins, yeah, all right? We always talk about them on this fucking show. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give their name any more clout anyway, yeah, all right? But I was with my cousin the other day, and he was like, I was eating a bacon sandwich the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, when I'm eating this bacon sandwich, like, shit, this was actually a pig. This was actually an animal that got killed, and it was in distress, and I'm eating it. Now, they're the biggest meat eaters I fucking know, yeah, all right? And he's thinking like this, he's like, I'd like to eat less meat. And I'm speaking to someone, and everyone's becoming, I think, as we're getting older,
People are
we're
becoming
more conscious
environmental
of what
conscious.
we eat.
Yeah.
I think environmental
And
conscious.
what we do, and
I don't think people
did
doing
you see the
that.
video of, I think, where was it? It was somewhere, I think it was Israel or something like that,
Right.
where protesters ambushed a slaughterhouse truck and
Right.
freed all the animals inside it.
Really?
Yes, let me find it.
Yeah, Israel's quite a big vegan
No, I can't because I've
community.
turned my
They
phone
got
off.
quite. They promote it quite a lot.
Don't quote me 100%, but I think it's Israel. Yeah, I think it happened in Israel.
Right.
Yeah?
Wouldn't
All right?
surprise me. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ash, can I borrow your phone? Is it on? Alright, let me find it. Let me find it.
I mean, I think the whole vegan movement, I think is actually quite a good thing. I mean, I think in our stage of evolution, we kind of need to be past the whole thing of eating dead things.
Yeah,
You know.
that's always
I mean,
that's
like-
always bothered me. Like
Yeah.
the fact you're eating something dead,
Dead.
To maintain your life
Yeah, but
force. Like, it's
see
just-
what I was going back to saying, how like we're living in the lowest point of consciousness now.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think that kind of ties into why we have been eating meat for so long.
Yeah.
Because I think spiritually we're nowhere near.
We've lost.
Yeah,
the
well, like you
essence of-
said, we
yeah,
lost our
we've got-
spirituality, so we've got no connection with what it really is because we don't see how it happens. As we're kids, it's just meat, it's just food, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you get
Listen,
what
I
I'm
can't
saying? So
find
like,
it, yeah. All right, and I know I've saved
it's
it.
like with like me, I haven't eaten meat since 2016, for example.
No, thanks, Ash, but I couldn't find it.
But like the whole vegan thing, yeah, it's like again, it's good, but it's got its bad side to it. You know how much processed stuff there is going by vegan burger or vegan cheese or yeah, it's nice, but you're not doing yourself any favours.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like
Yeah, but
if you
the whole thing is you're contributing to that spirituality that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you've got a roast chicken, right, you cook a chicken, you stick it on the thing, and you pick all the fucking meat off of it and all that. Lovely. But what you got left over is a carcass. And you look at that carcass and you think, fuck, that was a chicken. You know, like you really, really understand that that's a fucking animal.
Whereas maybe 20, 30 years ago, we wouldn't be thinking like that.
Bruv, me.
Fucking lamb's head in the fucking
for
shopping
years of
centre.
my life, innit? It's just
Bruv,
it is what it is.
you know,
I just like meat too much. I can't help it.
that could be a
Like,
soundbite.
It is.
That could be a soundbite.
Not like that. I like cooked meat. Cooked. Oh, shut up, bro.
However you like it,
1-0
man.
to Tash. 1-0 to Tash. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just I can't ever imagine being
Bro, look,
vegan
at the
or
end of the
vegetarian.
day,
I can't.
yeah, look. For example, yeah, like, just say, like, I don't eat meat, yeah, but you do. But you probably are more disciplined at something that I'm not disciplined at.
Yeah, no, of
Do you get
course.
what I'm saying? No one's perfect, bruv. It's just like...
Shall I tell you
We've all
when
got-
I feel guilty with the most? You see when you get chicken wings from like a Dixie or a favourite chicken,
Yeah.
right, and you're eating that and you know that chicken is $2.99 for a reason, yeah, all right? And you're eating that chicken wing, and that chicken wing is big and fat and whatever, yeah? And you think, this must have been some fucked up chicken, yeah? Pumped full of whatever.
Yeah, they
and
are.
I'm
They
eating that chicken
pumped
and I
with
feel
hormones and-
mad about eating it, but I'm still eating it. It's like... It's weird. The mindset is just weird.
But they say it's the seasoning of everything that got us addicted to. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
eat anything bland or.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Nah.
That's
it's
true.
Just,
Loads of sugar, loads of salt. That's
Yeah.
it. Done. You know, who don't like? A bit
but I
of
think
salt and sugar?
people are becoming more environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
That's why they're leaning towards the.
Even there's like a big like anti-vegan movement, like there's a geezer online. He goes round like
Yeah,
vegan.
Oh,
with
eating
the-
raw meat in
yeah,
front
yeah,
of
That's
yeah.
Roach
yeah.
geezer. And you know what's weird about him? He's actually like in other topics, he's very consciously aware guy.
Yeah.
But that's at the end of the
But that's a
day.
pick on the vegans.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know.
I get
man.
it though. I kind of get that. I mean, it's like tying yourself back to the animalistic part of you.
Yeah, but that's the lowest part of you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But it's, thinking about going smashing an animal's head in,
Yeah.
fucking chopping it up, cooking it and eating
But it's
it.
been like that. Nature's been like that though, man. When you see lions hunting gazelles and shit, and
Yeah, but
you see
they're-
frogs
they're
eating
op-
flies.
they're
Like,
operating
frogs
off-
eat flies, bro.
But they're
Fucking-
operating off primal instinct. We have rational thought. That's why we're top of the food chain. So it's like,
But that's what it's called. It's called the food chain.
Yeah, and we're
It's
part of
called
it.
the food
or we
chain.
ain't.
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's called
yeah.
Sorry, it's
Yeah,
called
but
the food chain for a reason.
Yeah, but we've seen what we've done to the environment because of it, and we fucked it up. We shut the bed.
But,
Like they're saying 5 to 10 years. Like that's it. It's a wrap.
No, they're saying 11 years, isn't it?
11 years.
We've got
Like,
11 years
11
to.
years.
11 years
And
to
then
talk
After
to turn
11
around.
years,
Yeah.
it's
We're at
what
the
we've
point-
done to the earth isn't reversible. So we
Yeah.
should start from now.
to fix it,
something.
and that
Yeah.
includes your fucking your diet, what you're driving, and these are all human concepts. We shut the bed.
Yeah, man,
11 years left.
Mate, it's fun. It was fun though. I mean,
I
like,
mean, you got
drive a 5 litre Mustang, eating a burger,
Destructive Tash. That's what it is. Destructive
yeah,
Tash.
you'll be there.
throw some dynamite
Tash is
at
there
the
eating some
Yeah,
listening to
it'll be there.
ACDC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You know what I
saying?
mean?
Nah, fuck it. That's the way to.
No, bro. At the end of the day, look, like you said, I get it because at the end of the day, like,
Do you think we could turn it around?
what turn?
No.
Nah.
You think we're
fucked.
You
We
think
fucked
we're-
it, man.
We
we're
fucked
gone?
it.
They're saying we've got 11 years to turn it around. We ain't going to turn it around.
Mate, you still got
Yeah, but-
you still got people in the government now that turn around going, oh, global warming, global warming
But
don't
you
exist.
say like turn it around, but it's not us who's doing all the thing. It's the government's doing all what. They're the ones that got to turn it around, not us.
No,
but
the way we live and our consumption and the way.
being conscious of your diet.
Yeah.
What you that.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is,
I get what you mean, like
they've,
oil
brainwashed
fields and.
us. Go ahead, brother. Go on.
There's 4 people in it, yeah? You all drive, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of your cars are eco-friendly?
Money.
I rest my case.
There's a reason why Ashley's behind the camera. No, but that's a good point,
No,
though.
he's right though. Like that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
eco-friendly to what though?
No, but
and we ain't driving fucking big
like
diesels.
All right, listen. All right, we
Tesla's
were
a-
doing this podcast today, yeah?
Yeah.
You had to drive here because you went to work, yeah? I had to
Yeah.
drive because I come from work, yeah? Why didn't Grim just pick Mem up on the way and then drop him where he's going to go the same way as him?
No, it's just silly.
But
but I
that's
get-
not-
yeah,
that's
it's
the
just-
mindset,
it's the little-
though.
it's the
I'm not
little-
saying that's what
Yeah.
you should have
Yeah,
done. I'm not
yeah.
coming at you like that,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that's the
it's the
mindset.
Sound like it though.
No, I
Yeah, but
get what
that's
you
because
mean.
this
It's
prick
the
went out my hair
little.
the other day. You know, it's going to grow hair. Cons is going to grow hair. You know what I mean?
As you do. But yeah, like the whole. I don't know. I think we fucked it.
Yeah, I think we're done.
bro, the only thing
Shut the bed.
what I would say is like,
That poor kid.
even if like, just say you're saying like society they fucked it for whatever. Well, like you can use that and get all downhearted, but the same if they've fucked it, it don't mean that you fucked it. You can still do your best to do it.
Yeah,
was
but for your own life. But what they're saying is environmentally, with all this global warming,
but what I'm saying
and whatever,
is-
that's got 11 years for us to
I know,
fall
but
back.
just
Like,
say
say
I
if-
do it, yeah?
Yeah.
And then, like, my family member, like, for example, I'll give
Go
you
on,
an
yeah, go on.
example, yeah, right? Like, I don't eat meat in my house, everyone else does,
Yeah.
yeah? But since I've stopped eating meat,
Mm.
yeah, my mum hardly don't cook as half of or eat as half as much meat because she cooks to cater for me as well.
This is the Jordan
So do you
Peterson
get what I'm
thing, innit?
saying? So it's
When he
like,
turns round,
if you do
sort your
it, you
act
can
out.
still influence others to, obviously not on a grand
Yeah.
scale, but
No, we can, but it's not going to be to the scale where we can bring it back.
It's not enough.
With the
it's too little,
aerosol
too late.
cans, with the way we use our gas and our You know what I mean? It's,
but that's what I'm saying. That goes back to the whole like technology thing of what we're talking about.
there you go.
What is it?
You get what I'm saying?
What is it? They're phasing out petrol cars. Was it 2030?
Yeah.
I think it's
Are they?
2030.
They're
I
phasing
think
them
that's
out.
it's,
Yeah,
it's
they
done.
want them all gone.
Yeah,
All gone by
2025 they stopped selling
Yeah,
them.
man. It's like trust me.
Another
You see
5
that,
years.
this whole like, you know, like this what we talked about it last time. The whole like 1984 thing, like the totalitarian.
Yeah.
Like some people were saying that, like all these strict rules and that, like might seem like they might be getting stricter.
Yeah, it's like the Trojan horse.
But overall, they're saying it's gonna be better, kind of thing. But we just gotta wait and see, innit, man? It's hard to really.
Yeah.
I mean, even like for
The
example,
only thing that's depressing about it is you know, when you got kids in the mix, you look at the future. and
Yeah,
fuck,
absolutely.
That's the
Yeah,
dark,
man.
if that's the dark part of it. Other than that, I'd be like,
Like my
let
two.
it be what it will be.
Yeah, like my two. I'm always drumming it into them. You know, about the future. Look after yourself. Be physically fitter, smarter. You know, just, all I can think about in the future is everything kicking off. Yeah, for the world to be total shit. I want to be armed up. I want to basically look after. I do. I want to look after themselves. I want to know if anything happens to me in the future.
Yeah.
Them kids.
No, but
could just-
you've got to think on that level because that's a very realistic.
Yeah. I mean, like, I want
Actually
them.
going to be out there with a club in his hand.
He'll
club
be
of
alright.
FIFA.
Bruv,
He'll
maybe I don't
be
make
at the
it.
Drag
fore-
them in.
He'll be at the
Skin
fucking.
'em.
He'll be at the
Bruv, maybe we
forefront.
don't make it. Maybe we don't make it, but our kids make it. They're going to have the tools in their hands to fucking survive tomorrow. That's a fucking quote right there.
When you edit this, please put a light bulb above his head, yeah? Put a light bulb above his head, yeah? Zoom in on him and...
Yeah.
That was a fucking quote. If I... Narcissism at its finest.
The internet gave it to me.
Yeah, the internet gave it to you. But no, I get it. It's like
Yeah,
with
well.
my kids, obviously, I want certain things for my kids. You know what I mean? I want them to be smarter. I want them to know, like... Do you think... culturally, this whole culture thing is not as what's the fucking word I want to use? Not as tribal as it used to be.
yes, I agree. We live in a bit more of a mixed kind of.
Yeah, am I using the right terminology?
Yeah, I know what you're trying
In
to
which,
say.
in which sense? Like,
Like,
Well, it's not
it's
na-
not
it's not natural, it's not-
segregated.
it's not-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not natural how we live. Like, you're not meant to live in a fucking block of flats with 100 people and someone above you to the left, you underneath you to the right.
Yeah, in that respect,
you had your small little tribe, and that's how you got by.
yeah.
I think
that's
now
like
it's just too much.
industrialisation,
Yeah,
isn't it?
like
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Like you're in a building with like 400, 500 people in the office typing away. It's like, it's not natural.
It's true. No, that's
but,
true.
But in a way, like cities and civilizations are not natural. In that sense, like if you want to look at it,
But
that
they were
way.
still made up of small little tribes that
yeah.
had a. Now it's like one all this.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just
Become
like
a bit robotic,
Yeah, we're
innit?
like a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
fucking cancer. Like just all these cells just clumping together. It's ugh.
Well, we've become binary, haven't we?
Yeah,
End of the day,
yeah.
we've become numbers each. You know, we're all a one somewhere. You know, so it's just like in society we've dealt with in that respect. You know, there's no thing identity of groups, tribes, that kind of thing. I suppose that's where things like going back to like the whole thing.
Groupthink.
Hey,
Groupthink.
yeah, you know,
In some ways, it's good, and in some ways, it's bad because, like, in a sense that, like, I feel like sometimes a lot of violence in places happens because there are too many mixtures of cultures in one area because their like ideologies and, like you say, their ways of thinking clash. But in a way, I love being mixed because I like learning
Diverseness.
from new
But
things.
I think
and stuff.
our kids are less cultural like that. I don't know whether it's my teachings or whatever it is.
define
but
what do you mean cultural though?
All right, would you say that your kids,
Turkish?
culturally, are typical Turkish kids?
Hell no.
My kids are half English anyway, yeah? All right. Would you say Jem and Yesh's kids are?
No, not really.
They're more open. We're more open with our kids to different cultures.
Yeah, we're more open-minded
Do
because
you get what I'm saying? So I think the whole cultural, like, do you think your kids, like, I know my kids definitely don't, yeah? Like, when you say to them, oh, what, you think, day to day, like, I know I'm Turkish. I'm fully aware I'm Turkish. I've had that Turkish upbringing, whatever. My kids don't know that.
yeah, of course, man.
Do you know what I mean? They don't know that upbringing. They know the upbringing of, all right, cool. I go to school with an Asian person, a
but
black
then
person,
that-
a this person, but we're all cool. Do you get what I'm saying?
Which is brilliant.
Yeah,
Which is brilliant, but culturally, it's less cultural.
But maybe that
Yeah,
could be a new
but
culture.
maybe
I'm
like
not saying it's a bad thing. I'm
No.
saying that we are less
But
cultural.
maybe that becomes
But
a culture.
in saying that, I think the underlying racism is at its all-time high.
Do you think that's just because people are trying to create a divide? You know, people are integrating so much now. Like, we'll mix, you know, which is so much better. But I think, do you think people sometimes sit back and look at something and think, that could be a bad
today, man, today Englishman in our circle. There's three
Yeah,
Turks
but
and
we're all
Englishmen.
fucking European.
You know what I mean? You Anglo-Saxon, you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, look, culturally, like with the Turks, because of we go right back into like our Mongol ancestors, we was cultural. Like we'd never had a culture, we never had a religion. We was nomadic.
Yeah.
So basically, every culture that we went into, we integrated, right, naturally, right from the top down. So for us, easy.
But I could even say this, yeah? All right, I'm Turkish, Mem's Turkish, Grim's Turkish, you're Turkish, yeah? All right? But in a sense, listen, oh no, Grim's English, not Turkish, sorry. That's how Grim was Turkish.
Yeah,
Sorry, bro.
fucking-
I thought,
You know what I mean?
I thought you was going to go. So,
Right,
eh?
But what I'm saying is, all right, but if you flip it culturally as well, you could be the odd one out of the four of us. Because me, Mem, I say me, my bearings are all over the place, yeah? Because
Me.
Gaz, Mem, and me have grown up in a hip-hop culture. And certain things we grew up doing, like going record shopping and going to open mics and internet radio stations, that's a culture within itself
Yeah.
that you wasn't a part of.
no, I was part of something else.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So culturally, you've got that where we're from different ethnicities, but that's a culture within itself.
of course.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I'm
Of course,
saying?
man.
But this is what I'm saying. This culture now, this big mixture, could be the culture.
I think it's more. I think it's more vast.
Yeah. You know,
That's
we're
why
now,
there's less of a. Maybe it's more of a culture rather than less of a culture.
because we're all like now we're chopping and changing ideas. We're mixing backgrounds. I think it's amazing right now. We're getting to learn each other.
Yeah, exactly, man. Because look, the world and there's like God or whoever you believe in has give us all this variety. Like, and we're hitting like sitting here, oh, you're Muslim, rather than us actually enjoying each other's
Yeah.
variety and learning from each other.
Yeah.
It's like I'm Turkish, but why would I stick to like 10% of the whole world when I can learn so much about Indian culture, Jamaican culture, European culture?
Yeah, for
like,
real.
do you get what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's
But-
narrow-mindedness, just that sticking to your culture.
I think the danger comes in when you make it your identity, like culture and identity. I think that's where it gets a bit messy. It's like if you look in like Sri Lanka, 90% of Sri Lanka is Buddhism.
Yeah.
But then I think the lowest religions is Christianity and Islam.
Yeah.
If you look at what's happening, like they're going at each other. Like you had the bombing thing that happened. Then I read the other day all these Christian mobs were going after mosque, and that's like the small pocket of a country where 90% of them are Buddhist. That's like,
No, for real. But look at the emphasis they're putting on that. On the 90% of the country's Buddhist, but what you hear about is the Muslim-Christian conflict in that country,
yeah.
which is, like you said, the 5 or 10%. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's on how media.
Well, I mean,
Construe
this
shit.
is why people start thinking that there's an agenda.
Listen, who's seen that video? Yeah, all right. Ash, you might have to pass me your phone. Yeah, where the woman, it's a video of a woman. I think she goes into a Muslim family to see how they live. And they ask her, yeah, afterwards, yeah. I was like, how was your thing? She goes, oh, yeah, their house was really nice. It didn't smell of She was about to say all right. She goes, oh, it didn't smell of Muslims, and like that, yeah. And then she goes, they had a skybox, they had a PlayStation.
She
you
was
see that
saying
video?
that. No
Pass me the
Wow.
fucking
fucking way.
Pass me the phone.
No, where's she from? Where is she from?
Bro, this was a TV show, yeah.
Don't surprise me, man.
Look.
See, that's what I'm saying. People like rely on the telly too much for their information, bruv. It's just
Dude,
like,
I was living in a bed sit, yeah? I was living in a bed sit. There was this girl that I was living with, just me and her in this house. And she goes, she turned around, she goes, I'll invite my friends down to come meet you.
Hey.
All right, cool. Right? So her friends come down, and we're all sitting down, chilling, having a drink, this, that, yeah? And her friend turns round and goes, like, she tells me, like, I can tell you're a bit different. Like, where you from? I went, like, Cyprus. Oh, where's that? You know Cyprus, like, Ayia Napa?
Did you smash?
Right? She went, oh, no, I didn't actually. She goes, oh, so you're Greek? I went, no. I goes, that's one side of the island. I'm from the other side of the island.
Yeah.
Right? She goes, what's that then? I goes, well, it's Turkish. Oh, she goes, well, what religion are you? I thought, what relevance it had at that point. I went, well, I'm supposed to be Muslim, but I really ain't. So she went, she tells me that you're divorced. I went, yeah. She goes, where's your other wives? I looked at her and I thought, you being for real? I goes, I ain't got other ones. I goes, like I said, like I'm supposed to be Muslim. I'm not that type of thing.
Here we go.
You know, and that's it kind of thing.
Apologies.
Right.
Watch this.
Thank you so much.
She was very friendly and she took an interest in us as well. So yeah, I think
And
I
she
liked
liked
it
food.
well. And she liked the food, so that was great as well.
I was expecting to walk in there and it smelled like
Listen.
Muslims, but it didn't. It was a beautiful home. It was clean. It was, you know, they've got a PlayStation, they've got a skybox.
Like
You know,
her
it was just
preconception is some...
normal.
What was she waiting for? Bongo drums and a fucking big fire in the middle of the living room.
And then it shows them going shopping because they've got to cook a meal for the family, yeah. And they go to Sainsbury's, yeah. They go to Sainsbury's and they're asking in Sainsbury's, oh, do you do halal meat and whatever, yeah? And he's like, no, we don't do halal meat here. So she's trying to freak out about thing, and I think she buys a cabbage or a cauliflower, and her son goes, no, mum, you can't buy that. It's got to be halal. This show, I want to see the whole episode. I know where it was from, yeah. But you see the way she just went, yeah, I was walking in there and I was expecting the house to smell of Muslims.
Listen, I mean, I grew up around mentality like this, yeah, in Dagenham and all the rest of it, and I thought it was dead. I thought we're past that.
Nah.
And there's still fucking people thinking that way.
But check this out. Don't you think the TV company, that thing that could have, if they wanted to,
cut that out,
they could cut that. Why did they keep it in?
Just cause controversy.
Yeah.
There you go.
We were talking about it, so it done his point.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Well, that's more fun to watch than everyone just getting on, isn't it?
There you go. You know what I mean? But she was trying to get on. They had a Skybox and a PlayStation, so they weren't that primitive. You know what I mean? I don't know if she thought that they had like a stick with.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
Like,
2 sticks and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what she thought.
you know, there's a well in the bathroom.
But you know that the mad thing about it was she was gonna say.
Yeah, you know, innit?
And she changed it to Muslim.
Like, that makes it a lot better, innit? That makes it a lot better.
For real, that's some crazy
Damn.
shit. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we'll go down the Muslim.
But then you say Muslim, but then you've got like Turkish Muslims, you've got like Pakistani Muslims, you've got like.
How many different forms of fucking Christians are there?
There's 30,000.
That's what I'm saying. So what does a Muslim smell like?
Depends from what region, I suppose. If we really want to get to it,
I don't know, bro. But
you know. I mean, I think she was trying to get to it right from the get-go. Do you know what I mean? She was trying to get to it right from the get-go, man.
Listen,
Sorry.
if anyone watching knows the TV show, please comment underneath because I want to send us a link.
Yeah, send the link
'cause I want to
over.
see the whole episode, yeah. Because I can imagine that this episode is fucking amazing, yeah. I'd just like to watch it, but I'd like to see what the Asian family thought of their house. You know what I mean? They could have probably walked in there and go, it smelled of bacon. There's pig's heads everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see it from that point of view as well. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I mean, it's really nice. They had a skybox, PlayStation. You know.
Bro, it's just some funny shit. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
It's like, see, things like that, it's like they're almost taking the piss, man.
Yeah, they'll take the piss.
It's just a piss take.
No, but I want you to see the part where. Do you know what? Where's that phone, bro? Let me find the part where they talk about the halal cauliflower or the.
Halal cabbage.
Yeah, the halal cabbage.
What do you mean halal? Why can something be halal?
Because they don't know what halal is, yeah? Alright?
Oh,
It's
what-
the same program.
Oh, what, the white people don't know what halal
Yeah.
is. Oh, okay. I thought.
Yeah, nah.
See, I used to have a friend of mine from Pakistan. Turn around to me and goes, "Oh, I get a thing halal pepperoni pizza." I went, bruv, that don't make no sense. And he goes to me, "Yeah, it's halal." The guy tells me it's halal. I goes, "He's going to hell like with your thing." And he went, No. He goes, "It's definitely halal." I went, "It's pork." Yeah, but it's halal. I go, "Pork can't be halal." I goes, "What are you talking about?" And he believed it.
So
He
pork can't
fucking
be
believed
halal?
it. Yeah.
Who said that?
Guy used to know, I ain't gonna shame him. But he knows who he is. But yeah.
Ah, I've lost it. How'd you go into the history on this?
Bottom left.
Alright. How about this though?
Home.
That same woman.
Library.
That same woman we just saw. Right? Do you think like her family would have been aware of what halal was?
No.
Right?
Co-
40
cultural
years ago.
ignorance. No.
Do you know what I mean? So in a way, though we can stand there and laugh, in a way they are kind of culturally progressive. Just a lot slower than everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It's just cultural ignorance.
Yeah. You know? You imagine in another 20 years' time, they won't be.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know.
Everything's like. It's weird, isn't it? It's like an evolution kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's like a slow progression, and it's weird, man. But in this day and age, man, I think like, you know what? It all depends on the individual itself. If it's not in you to want to learn and want to like, some people it's just in them to be like that. Some people are not, bruv. Do you get what I mean?
yeah.
So it's just like. It's like, because with me, yeah, you know, like when I first got on my little journey and I was getting into looking into alternative things and I was posting it on Facebook and I'm having arguments with all these people and debates and then I thought to myself, do you know what, like, maybe it's just like, maybe I'm wrong and they're, or whatever, or maybe... And then I just like know that not everyone's meant to get it. Like,
Everyone's moving
It's
at their
just-
own little pace.
It would be better if everyone had that mindset. Just turn around and say, look.
Yeah,
what I
that's
think
another
is
thing. A
right.
lot of people haven't got the will or discipline
No, I can't
to build themselves like that anyway.
I can't
People
find
just
that one, but
complacent
yeah. it's-
throughout their whole life. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to say, all right, I'm gonna better myself and learn.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard
Because
thing
it's
to
hard.
do.
It's change, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
All good.
Oh, you found it?
No, I couldn't find it. But he
gonna
does.
fire you as our
I know.
researcher.
It's the same woman. It's with her kid. She walks into Sainsbury's, asks for the halal meat. Said we don't do halal meat. So she picks up some vegetables, and her son freaks out. Goes, "No, mum, you can't buy that for them. It's not halal." It just made me laugh, bro. It was But
Hold
I
up,
couldn't
don't
find it.
Sainsbury's do
That
halal
sounds
meat?
scripted, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
That sounds
thinking, hold
like a
up.
fucking sketch.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
New funny though, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No, these donuts. You know what I
Halal
mean?
cabbage. Come on, that's a.
But how much of the Joey Essex
cabbage.
do you think is actually scripted?
Nah, he plays up to it.
Definitely. You can't be that fucking thick. Like,
I mean, he worked in a fishmonger, but he doesn't know how fish works.
Nah, that's all.
Yeah,
bullshit,
all
man.
that kind of, all that kind of.
The dumber he acts, the more money he makes, man. It's that simple.
But he's
you know?
pretty good at it.
That's good. That's good for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he's funny.
But on that note, we've hit that mark again.
Really?
Yeah, we've hit the mark. All right.
Yeah.
For real.
we're like, time flew in that one.
All right.
Yeah.
But you know what? But the thing is, Mem's gonna be on very regularly anyway, so we can carry on these conversations. Like,
it's all love,
it's not a thing. But listen, all right. It's been fucking another good show. All right. People, subscribe,
Yes.
comments,
hit the like button.
hit the like button.
Send money.
Send money. But he keeps saying send money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't too proud to beg. No, I'm joking, I'm messing about. But listen, we've been the wrong side of 30. It's been another
Thanks for
great
watching.
episode with our friend DVG.
Peace.
Yes,
Thanks for
man.
having me again.
Adios.
We got Tash over there, Gaz, Ash behind the cameras. Peace.